Hi student, welcome to my class Qualitative Research. In the previous meeting, we have discussed about how to start a qualitative research. You've learned about the philosophical foundation and the characteristics of qualitative research. Today, we will continue our discussion. The topic will be data collecting technique. And the main focus of today's meeting will be interview. So, our learning objective for today is number 1, to understand interview as one of data collecting techniques in a qualitative research. And number 2, you will understand types of interviews. Now, let us discuss what is interview. What do you think, students? What is your understanding toward interview? Yes, interview is principally a process of asking questions to an individual or a group of people in order to elicit information related to a research study. This is based on Merriam, Podesva, and Sharma 2017. So we do interview basically because we cannot find enough information in other data collecting techniques. So we interview people to find out things that we cannot directly observe. Now you have understood the definition of interview. Let us discuss about types of interview. Principally, there are 3 types of interviews. Number 1, structured interview. Number 2, semi-structured interview. And number 3, unstructured interview. Now, let us see the difference between the 3 types of interviews. Number 1, structured interview. What is that actually? Structured interview means that all of the questions during interviews are predetermined before we start the interview. The order of the questions are structured. You cannot modify or improvise during the interview activities. Number 2, semi-structured interviews. What does it mean by semi-structured interview? Semi-structured interview is done by asking questions, and the questions can be, number 1, predetermined, and number 2, you can improvise in the middle of the interview. And the order of the questions are flexible. Number 3, unstructured interview. This one is also called as informal interview. The questions are basically not predetermined. It means that it is open-ended questions. The order are flexible and more like a conversation. Now, you have learned about the definitions of interview and the types of interview. Let us move to practice. In this practice, I want you to design a list of questions which are relevant with your research topic and conceptual framework. You design a list of questions for your research. Interview 5 of your friends and present in front of the class. Are you ready? Let's do the practice. So students, today you've learned about interview as one of data collecting techniques in qualitative research. You've also learned about types of interview, and you have practiced designing questions for interview. Next meeting, we will look at another data collecting technique in a qualitative research, which is observation. So student, you must prepare the materials at home. Again, next meeting, we will discuss about observation. That's our meeting for today. Thank you and bye-bye.